Hello everyone and a warm welcome back to the channel. I trust you are all doing well. Welcome to beautiful Hope, British Columbia, Canada. The Yokes are going to be bobbing all around. This aircraft is not meant for taking off on grass, really. I am not thinking with those thin, skinny tires. So if we get a bunch of bouncing around on the takeoff on that, don't blame the aircraft. I just wanted to fly out of Hope. This is in the Fraser Valley. It's further east from where I used to live in Chilliwack, but we'll be flying past Chilliwack actually. As I go up this valley, we're going to fly into Vancouver. This is the Just Flight, Just Planes, Just Flight, and Thranda collaboration. This is the Duchess 76. It is an aircraft created by Beechcraft. It is a twin. It is not a fast twin. Not sure why I've got fall colors. We are not using Ortho for this flight. We have got in just Orbix Global Forest, Sim Heaven, Xworld Americas version 3.0. And we are on live time and live weather. So we're taking off runway 25. I've already programmed the flight plan. Don't forget to smash like, share, comment, subscribe, ring the bell. You know the whole routine. Obviously, a few paywares in use with the Xreality GTN-750. There is a tablet here that you can click up. Where's that thing? Anyway, it's around here somewhere. Don't use it. Just use this. It's far easier. You can change your instrument if you happen to own the Xreality. I do not think it supports the TDI. Some things I don't like with this aircraft. Well, you got this, but it doesn't change anything. I'm moving my wheel. This doesn't even turn on. I don't even know why that's there. Little dark to see. Like, you can't even read this. Really. Your lights are down here, fuel switch down there. I had these all on because I was warming the oil up a bit. It got a little cool last night. In fact, it's only about 11 degrees out here. That's fine. We'll be increasing throttle. This does have a manual gear extension in case you end up with a failure. It's down here. And fuel pumps are here. We'll have those on in just a second, and let's go. Again, this is not really made for grass strips, so that's why you're seeing this. It is not like being on grass. We're going to take off runway 25 to a flight into Vancouver. Been having issues with ILS approaches for some reason. Now this, when you buy the Xreality, it does not have an updated database like AsRock and all that. And the thing is, you cannot use Navigraph to update it. It's not supported. It only supports Jepson-based stuff. This you need to use a Garmin file for, and those are about $100 for each region. Yeah, kind of expensive. Let's go flying. Again, don't judge the ground handling because this aircraft's not really made for this. And up we go. I do have, let's get the gear up. Just the feet off pedals. We will trim out a bit, and I'm going to fly it by hand for a little bit. One thing I will say is, do not buy this from the Just Plane, unless they've put it on sale. Do not buy it from Just Planes. Go on to Sim Market. It's about $30 US or your regional equivalent there. that would be a far better use of your money, in my humble opinion. Again, we are agenda free on this channel. I do not do sponsored content of any type. Everything is bought with my own money or viewer donations. If you'd like to help out with that, click show more. You'll find 2 ways you can do it. Include your YouTube username if you would like a shout out in a future video. You'll also find a link to my Discord, which is free to join. You'll also find where you can buy this aircraft, Xreality, no Ortho, anything else like that. This is default XP12.2.0b4 or 12.2.0 beta 4. Now we get the clocks up. And pull this back a bit to tone down the rate of climb a bit. We'll go up to around 4,000 feet, and she's handling quite nicely and flying. I have to say, we are in the valley right now and kind of sheltered a little bit. When we get out more into the agricultural reserve lands and all that, out here by Chilliwack and Abbotsford and all that, a lot of blueberry farms, cranberry, some of the world's largest cranberry farms and that. Matter of fact, all the cranberries grown in this region are bought up every year by Ocean Spray. Well, I mean, that's what they get used in. I'm sure there's some huge conglomerate like Unilever or something that, you know, this one's actually buying them all. And let me see how this is going to have me going. Oh, that'll be fine. So what I'm going to do now, sadly, these are not, like, you can't click any of these out. It's so annoying. So you have 2 options. You can zoom over there and look at it, or you have to do this, which it works, you know, don't get me wrong. We got you on GPS, cool. Navigation. Actually felt lovely to hand fly. It was perfectly fine. Let's pitch you up just a little bit. Like I said, we'll go up to around 4,000 and then I will level off. It'd be so much easier if this was clickable. I'm going to be honest with you. I kind of wish, now I do have a bias. I own quite a number of Thranda aircraft. We'll level you out a bit. Lean the mixture just a tick to get that EGT up a bit. And we'll get ready to hold altitude. Global force makes all the difference, in my humble opinion. Don't leave the airport without it. Auto Ortho, not too happy with of late in some things. I did check out that map enhancement thing. That didn't, I fly in Asia and China and stuff like that, and way too much, and it even warns you, you know, that is because China doesn't allow Google. Now, how they can prevent Google from getting imagery, it's a satellite. I have no idea, but anyway. So that's just not an option for me. I don't typically fly in North America. I am primarily Central Asia, Eurasia, if you will, the Middle East, all of Southeast Asia, all of ASEAN, and Africa is typically where I fly. Now, Auto Ortho in Africa looks really good, and it looks okay. It just needs an update. It needs new satellite data. Now, I'm not sure why we're getting this. Fall colors. It's not that warm today. As you can see, it's like 2 degrees Celsius right now up here. This should clear up a bit. And, you know, a little while. I don't know how often they update the weather. We are using default live weather outside. Actually, let's do this. Oh yeah. Gorgeous region to fly. I'm not just saying that because I live here. So all in all, there's things about the aircraft I really like. I don't like the darkness of the instruments. This thing is pointless. Why is it here? You can't use it. You can't even turn it on. They're not even clickable. That's a waste. It makes the panel accurate. Yeah, but if you want it to be, if you're using that assumption, then the thing should turn on. I don't like you can't click these out. But you know, you've got your panel lights and instrument lights are all here, and parking brake is there. It's hidden up here, the one for the actual white light, backlight kind of thing. You got your usual suspects, you know, the ones I always forget to turn on, like your strobe lights and landing lights. Yeah. Don't forget, make sure you turn on your electric trim. It uses electric trim. If you don't, then you won't be able to understand why. It's like, why is it not trimming out? That's the reason why. Let's go back here. Let's check the METAR for Vancouver, although it might be updating by the time we get there. 1024, 1024. And we completed that. You want to try and keep these what I believe the pilots call square. So like manifold pressure and RPM are equal. Or as reasonably so. Your normal 8-pack fuel pressures, fuel quantity, oil and cylinder temps, and I think that's volts. Something like that, I can't remember. EGT is here. I think these are like your air vents. Down on the floor. Modeling. It's okay. It does have some fairly nice sharp lines, and I like that there's some inconsistency in like the trim seal on there, because that happens in real aircraft all the time. It's pretty hard getting that stuff in. These are clickable and usable, just so you know. As I said, you see now it looks bright, but when you're out here where you're actually flying, it's almost impossible to read it, which is annoying. We are going in on 8 right, that heading is 083. I used to control this airport, so I know virtually, not in real life. About there should be. And Chilliwack Airport is right out our window. Can we see it? Well, we could if we looked out the right window. There it is. That is Chilliwack Airport. And out here in the valley is where I lived. Of course, it's not really modeled all that well. Without the Ortho, you're not seeing quite as many buildings as you would if you were flying with Ortho. You're not flying me into that mountain. That's all I'm going to say to you. And I did make some changes to here. So I've put in when my time to top and descent. You do that here, and you go change user fields. Normally this would say like distance to track and stuff like that. I changed it over to do that. And you can also just have it restore defaults. And you'll be good. Right click to open, right click to close, which is perfectly fine. Some aircraft, there's a little bar along here. I think it's where the SD card goes when you, a pilot wants to update their navigation data or insert their flight plan that they pre-made. So like I said, no sim brief or Navigraph integration. This does have the AVI tab, but this is some of the stuff that I just don't like with this aircraft, I'm telling you. AVI tab. Okay. Loading nav data. It's slow. So there you go. Okay, and you're going, well, what's wrong with that? It's like, that's fine. Oh, really? How about I do this? Yeah, all it did is open up my AVI tab anyway. So that is basically pointless. I could do that just doing, with AVI tab. And do that. And if I do that, then this works. It's like stupid decisions like that. Now, whether or not you should buy this, I don't care. I have no horse in the race. That is completely up to you. I'm just pointing out its pros, its cons. One of its pros is like you saw the sort of scratching on the panels and you've got scuff marks and you can tell where some fluids have spilled over the time and such. So that's kind of nice. It does come with a number of liveries. You can also create your own dynamic livery. Yeah, they don't open, unlike on my other aircraft. What one is it? The Aerostar or whatever. I can actually open it and fill the fuel in them. So this is not unusual for it to be primarily sunny down on the lower mainland. But if it was sort of mostly cloudy there, then the clouds all get pushed out into the valley and they get backed up because of the mountains. And this has got me baffled. Unless it's got some cache going on from Auto Ortho or something, maybe I've got to empty that out. But I haven't flown here in quite a while, and I clean the cache out fairly frequently. Not that I've been using it of late. I've been just happy having the performance. Just using default weather, not using the Ortho. And I'm perfectly fine with it. So, as I promised, another GA flight. Here's what I'm going to do. I want to go refresh my beverage and all that kind of stuff, so I am going to leave you just with an outside view like this. Maybe over there a little bit, that way. And I'll mute my mic, and I'll be back, and then we'll get ready to do our top of descent. Thanks for flying along. This will be a bit longer of a video, but you can see the pretty scenery and the aircraft and listen to the engine sounds. I hope you enjoy it. here we go. How are we doing towards our topic descent there? 12 minutes, it says. It's going to be a pretty steep descent. All right, I'll take your word for it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that little ASMR part. So this is a custom flight plan. Now, when it comes to Navigraph, or like using Navigraph to plan your flight or sim brief, you can still do it. It's just not going to import it all, you know, the way you think. There is a way to do it through the no, not that back flight plan. It's like you can go to catalog, you know, and that, but like I can't even remember where that file went and stuff. It's like it's not intuitive like you would be used to. If that is mission critical for you, then you need to get the TDI or TDS GTN-750 NXI. Just be prepared to spend about $80 on it. This is around $50, but there's often a coupon on Flight 1. Flight 1, is it? Yeah, Flight 1 e-commerce site. And you can probably get it for around $35 US or about $50 Canadian. Stupid me, you know, with like, you know, your self-pride and all that. Kitster and Cindy have been trying to buy me this for like a year and a half or 2 years. They're going, look, you need to get this thing. You know, I kept saying, no. It's like, I'm fine just with a couple of Beech radios. Give me some direction finders. You know, I can track VORs and NDBs manually. I don't care. Or just programming a 530 or a 430. It's like, it's easy for me. I've done it for 30 years. Because I go back in flight simming to Microsoft Flight Simulator for Windows 95. That was my first flight sim ever. So programming those kinds of things doesn't really... Now, I'm wondering if it is because... so we will put you... is it IFC? We're doing ILS 8 right. I'm trying to remember the identifier for the runway. IVR. So that is the one I want. Well, come here. I am wondering if it requires me... I'm wondering if with the autopilot, it is not acknowledging the one from here. Reduce the master device settings. Why are they locked? Because I've been trying to figure out why I can't listen to the ATIS if I tune it. I'm gonna have to read the manual some more. How we doing? Well, why do you keep doing that? The 750 will actually tell you 1 minute to vertical deviation or something like that. Or horizontal deviation, I forget. It says something. And a white bar flashes down here. And we'll just be going down to 3,000. Let's see if that fixes the localizer thing. Because I have not been able to get this localizer to lock on to anything properly. It lines me up, sort of, and says I'm locked and it's got the glide slope. Yeah, but you don't have the localizer. Like, none of these work, so, but the light works. So, like, okay. So this will be the last GA flight for a little bit. I got to get my view counts up a little bit. I love flying GA, but it doesn't get anywhere near as many views as when I fly like the 777 or the Zebo or stuff like that. I don't know why. This is where you start in aviation. You ain't getting into a 777 till you know how to fly one of these things. But it is what it is. And, you know, I do love flying my jets. Just not biz jets. I'm not into those commuter jet things that much. Unless it's like a Honda jet or something like that. Now, if we had like, who is it, FlightAware? If anyway, you know, we had their Learjet 35 or 45, I'd fly that. I used to fly the stink out of the Learjet in FS9. Well, we do have visible signs of moisture, so put the carpet on. This does not have anti-ice, and I don't believe it's pressurized either, so you will not be cruising. As you see, like 130-ish is about where you're going on this. If you want to see a quicker twin that I own, which can do like 200 and go up to like 25 or 28,000, I do have one up on the channel. I'll be flying it again real soon. I'll try to remember to put a link up here to it. It's from a ViaSoft that I have. Love flying that thing. It's the Aerostar. Okay, the METAR did change, and the altimeter and that is still the same. That was awkward. It made it look like this was sideways somewhat. Ah, lovely. The aircraft has some nice sounds. A little loud for my liking. But I wish I had my proper Thranda panel here. And you click that button to go back to this main one. Like I said, the dynamic liveries, you can do all this kind of stuff. And go back. Ground handling, you can turn it on from here. It's not going to work up here, obviously. It does have the checklist, the flight computer. You can check your fuel and burn and all that kind of stuff. Crosswinds at 4 knots. That's cool. Pop it out. I just wish I had my proper Thranda panel. And we're getting close to the top of descent. We're only going down 1,000 feet, so not a big change. What have you got in there? why don't you have... Do I want to deviate to YVR? No, I can't. YVR is right over. That's YVR. So as you see, it's not giving me all the... So it'll go to tab P. And then it should come back over. I'm thinking that's a missed approach. And I'm just going to descend now. I'm always messing around with stuff. That'll do, just a few hundred feet a minute. Now, you didn't change anything else, right? 109.50, 109.50, 109.50. Cool. Still getting used to this thing. It's got a fairly extensive user's manual. I gotta keep flying it. Did it lose one of my waypoints? Then we'll go straight across to tab P and we will head down. To do a bit more. You could always just manually do this as well, pitch it down trim wise. Of course, you'll disconnect your autopilot, but it's there's, I don't know, I've been having issues between this thing and this thing. And I'm not really sure the reason why. And we are picking up some stuff, which is cool. And the runway is actually 0. About there. Lovely. The atmospherics are looking really good. I kind of like it. Clouds could still use a bit more definition, I'm not going to lie. But so far, I've been happy with the changes they've been making, weather-wise. I just wish these instruments and that stuff were brighter in all the aircraft. Could be my old eyes, too. Right, there we go. Getting you to around there. It's not a precise science with that, but as long as you're close. Okay. Tab key should not be at that. Tab key? No. It almost looks like you're actually going to go to it. Interesting. Like I'm messing this up. It's not on the GTN-750. Oh, that's why. Okay, go then. Oh, 2100 should do it. There we go. I'm going to start getting that mixture full rich. Pull out some power so we can slow down. Flap indicator is here. And this is the approach button, just in case you're curious. So I didn't see it, it switched over to TDI. That's on me. Or to CDI instead of like going to GPS to get me over there. That's fine, we're kind of going in on a teardrop, which is perfectly good. And there we are, and we're going to get ready to switch this over. Reload. And approach. .1095, 1095, and both GPSs, well, nav radios, so let's see how she does. Like I said, it doesn't have bad sound. Okay, are you going to make the turn? Hopefully. See, eventually I push the buttons in the right order. And there she goes. That's because I had the flaps down too far, but the gear wasn't down. I would like to say I did that on purpose, but I didn't. I didn't know it would do that, but it's cool that it does. Okay, so it says it's on the localizer. And we are low for tab B. Tab B would be 2000. But I put it back into GPS mode there for a bit. So that is not on the aircraft or the GPS. That is on me. I didn't realize somehow I'd also clicked it into the CDI button and switched the navigation source. So we got nav, approach, glide slope. I'm not seeing my glide path indicators, but okay. I'm not, I could put it up a bit more, but I'm not going to, you don't seem lined up. And the winds are not very high. It's not like I got a typhoon going on here. I don't know where you're getting that from, X-Plane. It's sunny here. Although, I mean, I'm not living out by the airport. I live in downtown. It's sunny there. Okay, now we got the glide path indicator. That's cool. At tab P, which is upcoming. Yeah, even on here it says I'm off the glide path, or off the localizer. I'm going to leave it for now, see if she tries to correct herself. Like that's 090. The runway heading is 083. That's, there we go, it caught it. Just a tick more flap, we're not very heavy. Oh, that should be more than enough, flaps 20 I think. Now, I've not really flown this aircraft. I bought it on Tuesday or Monday. Haven't had a good landing in it yet, so we will see. Sometimes miracles happen, like landing the Beaver in Ketchikan. That was the best damn landing I think I've ever done in any aircraft. I was keeping the power in because I didn't think I'd touch down, but I was already in the water. It was so bizarre. Yeah, you see, it just does not get localizers properly. It's like the magnetic deviation is off somehow. We'll see. What are the winds? Wait. Wind's calm, which I can attest to. There isn't a leaf moving outside. That's more like the weather we're having. It just does not get the localizers at all. I know one thing I can check. This will also tell me what X-Plane is showing. Yeah, that's right. Calm. So So why can't you hold the localizer properly? Gonna have to test it. I don't know if something is off with this all of a sudden. Pull the power out a little bit. Are you gonna bring me over? Kinda, sorta, maybe. You're thinking about it? This is just default Vancouver, by the way. Normally I would have disconnected from now, but I want to see what it does. No, it's not going to. It's kind of trying. Who planted a tree there? I can guarantee you that tree is not there in real life. Well, well, it's not centered on the localizer. However,
caution.
It did get me here. Well, not too bad. One thing I really like is the props really feathered. This does not have reverse thrust, but look at that. That is a really nice animation. I'm just going to say. Let's just take the runway. So there we go. Why did I turn that way? GA ramps over here. Well, sort of GA ramp. There we go. Welcome to Vancouver, everyone. So, while it was never what I would consider lined up with the runway, the localizer, it did get me to the runway. So maybe it's trying to imitate that, you know. I don't know when this I have to look up when this aircraft was actually built and all that. Like the real Duchess. Because maybe what Thranda is doing is that it was notorious for having a bit of deviation when it came to you know, VOR tracking or localizer tracking by being off just a little bit until it got really close. But it did get me onto the runway. So that is primarily, and in real life, you would have disconnected the autopilot like half a mile out or more. And you'd be landing visually anyway and not using any of that stuff. I just wanted to see if it would at least, because at first there I'm like, you're not even going to put me on the runway. But as we saw, it did. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this sort of first look and thing at the Just Flight Thranda collaboration on the Duchess 76 from Beechcraft. I love Beechcraft aircraft. I'll restate what I said earlier. I wish Thranda had just made this on their own. If I'm being perfectly honest. Do I regret the purchase? No, because I love Beechcraft aircraft. It is a twin. I love flying twins as well. And I don't know. There's just, you ever get those times where you're flying something and you're like, I don't hate it, but it's like there's something missing. Like you don't know what it is. There we go. And we will get the parking brake on. Fuel cutoffs to off. Forgot to turn the fuel pumps on. Oh well. Avionics master off. I don't know why this stays on, but it does. Alternators off. You to there, you to there. And you there. And here we go. I'll let you out, obviously. Here you go. Oh yeah, if you get reflections, just you can turn them off if you want. And I'm going to get out here too and go grab me a sodium pop. Anyways, folks, until the next time we meet, I want you to stay safe, be kind to one another. I want you to keep the blue side up, and I will see you in the skies. Maybe fly in a jet. I may just show you a flight in a twin that goes like way faster than this. Like I would seriously consider flying to Seattle in it. Because she goes pretty much like Snake. She's not a TBM, but I mean, she still goes pretty good for a twin aircraft. Is it a twin or a single? I forget now. I don't know, but you'll have to watch next time. And if you ring the bell, you'll get notified when that next time is. Until then, folks, thank you for flying along with me. I hope you enjoyed it and that you have a great rest of the week. Thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you real soon. God bless.